I want to give all glory and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekah Kadash. Those are the real names of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, who is our Lord and Savior. Okay? No other name. Double honors to the apostles, a great millstone, who rule well, who taught us this 100% truth through the spirit of Yahweh Shai. Shalom to the elders, the brothers, the sisters scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. That's part of this 100% ministry, the hope for the elect. May the Lord continue to add peace upon you. Okay? This is Emmanuel coming back at you again. As we always start off, we watch the news, you know. For the brothers that's affiliated and imparted and with Great Millstone, we watch the videos, we watch what the videos the elders and apostles sent out, and all the other brothers. So we are aware of what's going on, and we see that prophecy is moving forward. It's moving fast. Okay, you got some of these countries across the water that's already accepted the passing of the bill of the CBDC. It's going to come to a cashless society, okay? A cashless society, and it's coming very soon, okay? Now, that's going to usher in the mark. That's going to usher in the charagma, okay? That's going to usher in the so-called New World Order for these devils, all right? And that's Revelations 13. Now, we already know what Revelations 14 say. You know, if you end up taking that thing, you know, if you end up taking it, come on, sister. No problem. Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm good, baby. How you doing? All right. Be safe, baby.
Yes, sir.
All right. Baby, we don't celebrate them holidays, baby. Telling me happy Memorial Day and all that type of stuff. But anyway, so we already know what Revelations 14 say, okay? That if you do take that thing, you are destroyed. Okay, you're going to be destroyed and it ain't no coming back from them. You will be burnt up here in America. We're by them nuclear missiles and by the chariots if you go ahead and take that. But see, here's the thing though. Here's the thing dealing with us, the hopeful elect, okay? That we're not afraid of the next chapter, okay? We're not afraid of the next chapter because we know the author of the book, all right? And we know the author of the book personally. Okay, so let's start off in Deuteronomy, because see, this way it all started off at. Let's start off in Deuteronomy first. First, let's read this so we'll know how the Lord really feel about the Israelites first. Now you know in this lifetime, this generation, now he only dealing with that hopeful elect. Okay, we done had chances over and over and over in each captivity. Okay, to get ourselves together, getting us abound for this captivity right here. Okay, so watch this. Deuteronomy 7 verse 6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, thy power. The Lord thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So we are above every group of people on this earth. It doesn't matter right now that we at the bottom of the totem pole. That's the way the Lord designed this thing, and we gonna get into that. That's the way He designed that thing for us at this particular time, and some of the other captivities for us to be at the bottom of the totem pole. But it also states that we're gonna rule next. Okay, that the Lord Yahweh Shai is gonna rule this earth, and we, the hopeful elect, the 144,000 men, we're gonna rule under Him. Okay. He's going to be our president, but he's going to be the president over the whole earth, okay? And all these other nations that's going to be part of this new society that's going to come when the Lord brings New Jerusalem down, okay, well, y'all going to be slaves, okay? Same way we was the slaves, all these captivities, you're going to be slaves to us. So why would you, as being a hope for the elect, why would you be concerned or be scared or afraid of the upcoming things that are about to happen? Why be afraid when He already told us as a group, as a nation, that we're above all people and we're His chosen? Okay? Now, let's go to let's stay in Deuteronomy. And let's go to Deuteronomy 28 and let's start at verse 1. Okay? Deuteronomy 28:1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. Let's read that again. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy power will set thee on high above all the nations on the earth. So, being that we has chosen, and we the only ones he dealing with, when Moses was on the mountain giving out these laws, statutes, and commandments, it did not include no other nation but the Israelites, okay? And the Lord specified and said that if you do these things, if you follow me the right way, okay? If you love me unconditional, okay? If you have no other God, you place no other God before me, okay? If you honor thy mother and thy father, all right? If you don't steal, if you don't kill, if you do not commit covetousness, okay? You don't have no form of spiritual fornication, right? If you do all these things, Israel, I'm going to set you on high, okay? And no other nation is going to be able to top you, okay? Because I put you there, right? And we can't say the Lord came out void with it, because it was in periods of time. Speaking of one of them was Solomon time, okay? And as we further learn in the scriptures that Solomon was Yahushua, but in Solomon time, the kingdom was at peace. Okay, no other nation of people try to come around about us and swoop us up and take over. None of that was happening during Solomon's time. Period. So the Lord will bring us to a high state of being at the top of the totem pole instead of the bottom of the totem pole. Only if we do what He saith, which is follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. Okay, He's only given these laws. Like these other nations, they can eat that crab. Okay, they can eat that shrimp. They can eat that catfish, okay? They can celebrate these holidays, all right? They can do these things because they're heathens. They're paganists, okay? The Lord didn't call us heathens. The Lord didn't call us paganists because we are under His umbrella, okay? But see, here's the thing. We know Jake. And we going throughout the scriptures, we see what we've done as a nation of people, okay? We continue to disrespect the Lord. Okay, now let's stay in Deuteronomy 28. Now let's go to the part that we in right now. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28:15. Deuteronomy 28:15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Okay? So now he's warning us. He's letting us know because he's a balanced power. Okay? He's not going to say this and do this, but then on this end right here, don't do it. It's balance. Okay? Now he's telling you if you don't do these things, all these curses will come upon you. Inside the Christianity church, and some of these people out here, you know, because they've been brainwashed, they'll sit and tell you, we ain't no curse. I rebuke that. We ain't under no curse. We ain't no curse no more. Yahushua came back. Well, they say Jesus came back and he saved us from all of that. See, this is where they don't know anything. This is when you sit up under that Christianity doctrine, that witchcraft. Okay? Because that's the true witchcraft. Christianity is the true witchcraft of them all. Okay? Because Christianity has all types of false gods formulating out of that one umbrella. Okay? You even got all these different denominations that have different doctrines that come out of the same book. That's folly. That's confusion. Okay? And the Lord is not the author of confusion. Only Satan is. So all them churches are Satan to make you believe that we're not under those curses right now. Okay? And all these curses that he's spitting from verses 16 to 68 has taken place. Not only in the other captivities we've been in, but also here in America. Okay? Matter of fact, let's read up one of them before we go further. Let's read one of them. Let's go to verse 48, because verse 48 of Deuteronomy 28, this is what I personally use when they want to ask me to identify myself through scripture. This is one of the first ones I pull up to show that I am a Hebrew Israelite, okay? And from my daddy's seed, I'm from the tribe of Judah. All right? So this is one of them that can connect us to our proper DNA only through the scriptures, where we don't got to go down there and get our finger prick, swab, send it through the mail, see what these devils gonna sit up and tell us and bring us back. No, our DNA is in the scriptures, and it is proven authentically as we speak here on earth right now. Okay, let's go to Deuteronomy 28:48 real quick. Therefore shall thy serve. Start at verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy power with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things. Start there for a second. Because he's already prophesying. He's already telling us that because we're going to do this, we're going to end up doing this. Okay? You do not serve me with joyfulness. Okay? Without 100% of your heart in me. That these things are going to happen. Okay? Let's read again. Because thou servest not the Lord thy power with joyfulness and with gladness of the heart, for the abundance of all things. Here we go, verse 48. Therefore shall thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck, until he have destroyed thee. Okay, so let's go back. Therefore shall thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee. Okay, the Lord has sent all these nations against us because we refuse to follow his law, statutes, and commandments. You see how we was in the wilderness, complain. Then you start setting up the golden calf and everything. And what Moses had to do? Go kill these niggas. You see that? So the Lord has already prophesied. He already knew what his people were going to do, because he is the author of this book. Okay? And since he's the author of this book, he can write, play out any form, situation he wants to. Okay? Now, verse 48, therefore thou shalt serve thy enemy, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. Now, being here over here in captivity of America, where do we go to get our water? Who owns the water companies? The so-called white man. Okay? When we want to go get some clothes, we want to get some fabric for our garments, we got to go to the so-called white man textiles. Okay? We got to go to Walmart. Who owns Walmart? Okay? Who owns Michael's? Where we get the thing? Who owns Amazon? Where we order some of the fringes off of. Okay? A lot of these commandments we can't do, especially dealing with the fabric, because we're still in captivity. But see, the Lord knows who's his and who's not his, and who's going to do and who's not going to do. Okay? But the point is that we're going to want from these other nations everything that the Lord said he would provide for us, if only we did according to his word. Okay? Everything you and I got it for driver's license. What you got to do? You got to go down to the government building. Anything that we want, that we desire, that we need, we got to go to the so-called white man for everything. Okay? But here's one thing that we ain't got to go to the white man for. This book, he can't no longer lie to us no more. Okay? The Lord has wakened his elect up. Okay? Where we understand these scriptures now. Okay? We can break these things down the proper way. We can debunk Christianity and all these other false religions out here. And we can sit up and know and say with confidence in knowing that we're not afraid of the next chapter, because we know who the author is. You see? Let's read it again. Therefore shall thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he should put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Now, when you look at the old pictures, okay, that devil put a yoke of iron upon us. Okay, and that was the first to destroy us physically, to let us know that, yo, we can't compete to y'all. You sometimes you would ask yourself, well, if it's 100 slaves, 100 Israelite slaves on a plantation, right? And it's only like it's one master, but then you got his comrades, and I say about 7 or 8 of them on the plantation with their whoops and their little guns, muskets, whatever they had back there as far as the firepower go, you know, and they had all these other forms of torturing. You would say to yourself, well, how come we all didn't rebel at one time where we did it? Well, we were rebelling. Okay, we were rebelling. Okay, it was different parts of the South that they were rebelling. That's why Willie Lynch had to come up. Okay, and he had to set out a new method. Okay, to put us more into of a docile state of mind and being under subjection to his program. Okay, so this is one of the forms. He put a yoke of iron upon our neck. All right, and you see these old pictures that they had. Well, that was destroyed physically first, and then it was going to start to working spiritually with your mind. That you're not going to be able to beat us, in so many words. Okay, we're your master, and we're going to do. And of course, you already know about the slave Bible. I was going to do a video on that as well later on next week. But about the slave Bible, you know, they removed some things, and you also had to ask yourself as well, why didn't they want us to read? Okay, because if they didn't want us to read, because once we started to read, we started to understand some things. And although all the certain Bibles that they had, which is the slave Bible, some things were missing, it doesn't matter. You couldn't take away everything. Okay, he couldn't take away everything. But the point is, he used this yoke of iron on a spiritual aspect of it and the physical aspect of it. And this is what shows us who the real Israelites are, because them so-called devils, first of all, they never was shipped nowhere to serve no other nation of people. Okay, we the only ones that have been shipped somewhere, and that's Deuteronomy 28:68. They've never been in slave ships. Okay, and they never had a yoke of iron placed upon their neck. So when we read these scriptures, we have to understand that and compare what's going on right now or has been going on, and line it up with the scriptures. Okay, and this is another reason why they don't want us to speak no more. Why they want to remove us off the streets. Why they want to throw away the Bible. Because we can break this Bible down properly now. Okay? And then all through the spirit of Yahweh Shai from the apostles on down. Okay? All of us was in a docile state of mind at once. Okay? So now, therefore shall thou serve thy enemies which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he has destroyed thee. Okay? And look at our people. Look at our people to the day. They still got the white so-called picture. Put it like this. Because when you look up Jesus Christ, you know, that is a white man. Okay? But when you see Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, because that is the God of the Bible, that is the Savior of the Bible, and that is his proper name, because we know that the devil put that other name in there. Okay? We know that that's the image of Yahweh Shai is a so-called Negro. Okay? But look at our people still in that mindset that they believe that Yahweh Shai is a so-called white man. That's how they've been destroyed. That's why they still stay in Christianity church. And I'm starting to believe that 50% of them that be in them churches, they know the truth. Some probably want to do the truth and want to come on out. But because they're flesh and what people are, they done built a community within themselves and with the people of the churches that they don't want to be labeled as a so-called hate group or sellout in their terms. Okay, so they continue to go along with that folly of being in the Christianity church and stuff like that, you know. But let's go ahead on and get to the chapters I want to get to. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 30. Okay, and let's start at verse 1. And it shall come to pass, when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse, which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, whither the Lord thy power hath driven thee. Verse 2. And shalt return unto the Lord thy power, and shall obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children, with all thy heart and with all thy soul, that then the Lord thy power will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all nations, whither the Lord thy power has scattered thee. Let's start right there. So basically, Yahweh Shai is saying that after all these curses, this is the book. This is why he's the author of this book. And this is why we're not afraid of the next chapter, the next thing that's supposed to happen here on earth at this particular time. Bring it on. You know, cut out the dollars. Bring on that RFID. Bring it on. Because we hopefully know what's the aftermath. Okay? So this is after all the curses have come upon us. And we in this last captivity. Okay? The Lord is saying he's going to gather us. He's going to gather all the Israelites, the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. Okay? And he's going to unite us back. And he's going to set us in our own land. Okay? He's going to show compassion back towards us and let us rule and run this earth. You see? He's orchestrating everything. Even when you say sometimes, that goddamn devil, look what that devil did. Yeah, we know spiritually Satan is controlling the mindset of the left-hand side. We understand that. But guess what? Who controls Satan? Okay? Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah. That's who controls Satan. Okay? So we would say these things, but deep down we knowing that the Lord is doing these things. Okay? Even when you driving, even when you out and about, and something happens. Okay? We say that Satan and that devil, Satan and that nigga, man. You know? This nigga's the devil. All right? We'll say these things, right? But we all also knowing at the end of the day, right, that the Lord orchestrated that. Okay? Let's read that third verse again before we go further. That then the Lord thy power will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all nations, whither the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, thy power, has scattered thee. Because we've been scattered all over. We've been scattered through all the nations, as the scriptures tell us. And that's another thing as well, that some of these Israelite groups teach, that you have to look dark skinned or brown skinned. You got to have some type of melanin in you to say you are Israelite. Okay? Well, that's not true, because we look like other nations as well. Okay? We don't have to have all the same look alike. And let's break this down part two as well. That Jacob, our forefather, whose name got turned to Israel, Yasharallah, Jacob had, in our terms now, 4 baby mamas. Of course we say wives, but 4 baby mamas. So that, number one, that's also to let you know that was a J, okay? But listen though. But back then you gotta understand as well before I go further, that it was allowed to have multiple wives and multiple women. That's our history. And some of the other nations was practicing that as well. Okay, it's only here in America that they came with that foolishness. Now, of course, Yahweh Shah said what he said, yeah, because he knowing that this captivity he was speaking, this generation that was going to come about when the devil was going to come back in rulership, that this devil was going to fool our women mindset to believe with that Christianity that you only could be with one man. Okay, so the Lord said already, Lord, when Yahweh Shah came, yeah, you to be with one wife. Okay, yeah, because he already knew the docile state of mind that our wicked women was going to end up developing throughout the courses of the generation. Okay, that's why when you be with a woman, you cheat on a man, can't cheat on you. Okay, a man can't cheat on you. Now you can go out here and be wicked because you ain't supposed to be nothing but with that one man. You see, but these devils have made y'all to think y'all equal to us. And y'all really not. But don't worry, all that's going to be cut out again when the Lord come back. You're going to get in your proper place. And as a matter of fact, it's going to happen before that. Okay? So getting back to the point, as we were scattered through all these other nations, okay, we were being judged. Right? So now the Lord is saying, because he's the author, that he's going to have compassion on us. Okay? Let's keep reading. Verse 4. If any of thine be driven out unto the outermost parts of heaven, from thence will the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah thy power gather thee, and from hence will he fetch thee. And the Lord thy power will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed, and thou shalt possess it. And he will do thee good and multiply thee above thy fathers. Let's stop right there. If any of thine be driven out into the uttermost parts of heaven, from thence will the Lord thy power gather thee, and from hence will he fetch thee. So understand this. Understand this. Being that the internet is up, YouTube is up, and apostles and the leaders before them, well, when the internet came on the scene, which was built for us to spread this gospel, the truth, throughout the four corners of the earth, the Lord said He's going to fetch. When that time is right, He's going to fetch all the ones that are out in the uttermost parts of the heavens and earth. Okay, these are these brothers that are in these far lands off, that the internet still works. Because see, when you see the videos and you see the brothers that are in the camps, I'm speaking of Great Millstone, we have brothers scattered all throughout the lands. Okay, now if we started here in America with the teachings, how was it that the Lord was going to reach? We was going to reach these other brothers that are in these foreign lands. How was we ever going to do that? Well, the Lord had already had a design that the internet was going to come. Okay? And once the internet come, we going to be on internet and we going to teach. And this internet, this YouTube, is going to go out throughout the four corners of the earth. And when the brothers of the other four corners of the earth see and their spirit grabs a hold to what's being told through YouTube, from the apostles on down to us brothers, that regular brothers that's teaching, it's going to resonate in their spirit. Okay? And they're going to wake up and understand that we are the real Israelites, no matter where we at, if we resonate with this. Okay? And then what they're going to do, the Lord's going to put His spirit in upon them, because it was already upon them to even find the YouTube channel. To be able to see that there's brothers over here in America and other far land that's teaching this truth the proper way. He's going to wake them up, and now they're going to be teaching in the land that's way far off. Those people that are out there, they're going to be teaching those people. You understand? Verse 5, and the Lord thy power will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed, and thou shalt possess it. And He will do thee good and multiply thee above thy fathers. Okay? So we're not going to be sent to no land off of no piece of paper like the Beklar Declaration that these devils say that that's their land. Okay? They over there fighting for land that's not even theirs. The mother cats over there, they ain't their land either. Okay? When the Lord brought us in that land the first round, we drove all them bastards out. Okay? We removed them from that land. The Lord gave us that land. Okay? That whole script is us. All that ours. The so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans make up the 12 tribes of Israel. All those that are on that sign right there. We make up the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay? Only tribe this devil be claiming to say is Judah and Levi. You know? And then when you ask them questions about Judah and Levi, they can't answer it. Well, what about the other tribes? Show me the difference in the other tribes. Okay? Again, we going back where Jacob had 4 wives, 4 baby mamas. So all of us not going to look alike. But guess what? All you devils look alike. Every last one of y'all. So who's Rachel's child? Who's Leah's child? Okay? Who are the handmaid's descendants? Okay? Of course, coming under the same under the one seed of Jacob. But that's all they could do. The Lord said He's going to send us back to our land, that our fathers had possessed it. Okay? When we sojourned into that land, our fathers occupied it, which was actually us as well. We was there. We occupied that land. until the Lord allowed them Gentiles to drive us out. Okay? And that's where Yahushua speaks about that in the book of Luke. That the Gentiles are going to trot in us. And he's speaking about the southern kingdom because the northern kingdom was already over here in this other side of the earth. And that's prophesied in the book of in the book of Esdras in the Apocrypha, and also in the Second Kings, that the northern kingdom was going to be placed over here. So the southern kingdom we was going to be, which includes the tribe of Judah. The Levites was mixed in, and the Benjamites. Okay, we was being going to be trodden down. So the Lord dispersed us. A lot of us fled west. Well, yeah, west to the land of Ham, which they call now Africa. And that's when these devils started to occupy our land and take over our land. Further, some of us went further east. That's why a lot of us are in China, in Taiwan, in the Philippines. Okay? And remember, we had wars over there, as far as I'm speaking of America. So a lot of our brothers that are in the military, that was in the military, older cats, they went over there and they made children. Okay? So a lot of our seeds are over there in them far off lands. But the Lord said in this last round, he's going to take us back and put us in our land back. Okay? Verse 6. And the Lord thy power will circumcise thy heart and the heart of thy seed, to love the Lord thy power with all thy heart and with all thy soul, that thou mayest live. Okay? He's going to circumcise our mind and our heart. Okay? Meaning we were going to get new bodies. All right? We're going to have a new mindset, a new mind frame. All this garbage that we learned out here in America and all our captivities, all that garbage, we're not going to be doing that shit up there. Well, when I say up there, meaning we're not going to be doing it down here when the kingdom come on earth. We're not going to be doing that. All these women that's out of order, especially those ones that sitting there thinking you can teach inside of a building. You can do what you want to do inside of a building with so-called Christianity, because first of all, you ain't right yourself, because you don't even know what the hell you be talking about, because you can't even break these scriptures down properly. No Christian pastor or anything dealing with Christianity can break these down. So if you decide that you want to be a woman teacher and teach the rest of them lost fools, then just, then go ahead and do it. We already know you a 2/3 woman anyway. You ain't gonna make it. Okay? And some of y'all gonna die off before the missiles come. Okay? Because a lot of y'all out here sick. And now I'm hoping and praying, not speaking in a negative form, but it is what it is. Some of y'all out here sick. Okay? And when that new world thing come in, where you gonna have to go there in order to buy medicine. Okay? I ain't getting off the subject, just hear what I'm saying. When you have to go buy some medicine, you're not going to just be going there walking there all willy-nilly. That thing going to have to be in you. Okay? That's going to have to be in you. That mark going to have to be in you in order to do that. So that's already letting us know also that these so-called black women out here that take all these medications and things like that. Okay? And we brothers too, but we talking about the women right now. You're going to take that chip. You're going to take that mark because you don't want to die. You're afraid to die because you don't know what death is. You don't know, you believe that when you pass away, you go to an eternal fire if you was wicked. Because you believe in that Christianity stuff. So we already know that a lot of y'all gonna take that chip anyway. Because you're sick. So basically, all that stuff that you've been doing here in America and getting away with, you're not gonna be able to do that. He's gonna circumcise our mind and our hearts. And we're gonna follow the law, statutes, commandments that he gave us way back, that we've just been reading about in the book of Deuteronomy. Okay? It ain't gonna be all that extra stuff. It ain't gonna be no damn holiday, okay, like it is today here in America. It ain't gonna be none of that. Okay? It ain't gonna be no damn Christmas. All right? And you're not gonna be telling us, speaking of women wise, that you're not gonna have that mindset of, oh, you can only be with I only want you to myself. See, the Lord's gonna clip that. Okay? You ain't gonna have no choice but to share. You're going to learn to share. I'm talking to you Eves, you sisters out there. You're going to learn to share. Okay? He's going to circumcise our hearts and our minds. We're going to collect these new bodies. Okay? And we're going to rule this earth. Okay? Now, these other nations, they're not going to have what we have. The Lord ain't blessing them with that. Okay? Let's keep reading. Verse 6 again. And the Lord thy power will circumcise thy heart and the heart of thy seed, to love the Lord thy power with all thy heart and with all thy soul, that they mayest live. See that? You're going to live because he's going to circumcise. It's no such thing as death once the kingdom comes. We won't pass away no more. We're going to live forever. You see? And the only way you're going to live forever if you become righteous. And that's how the Lord going to make all of us. We speaking of the Israelites. Because y'all going to, the ones, these Israelites that's going to get killed down here, y'all going to come back in the kingdom through us. Through the hopeful elect. Okay? And you're going to come back through a righteous seed. The women that the Lord saved down here, we're going to impregnate these women. We're going to make these women our wives. And we're going to multiply. We're going to produce. And those same spirits that was wicked on earth that the Lord killed down here, those same Israelite spirits, they're going to come inside us, through us. Okay? All this is in Scripture. You just got to know where to find it. You got to diligently search. Those that don't know. Okay? Verse 7. And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. You see that? I'm going to read that again. Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 7. And the Lord, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. So hold on. This is why we're not afraid of the next chapter. We're not afraid of the next chapter because we know the offer. Okay? The Lord just said just now that when it's all said and done, all right, these same curses that he spoke of in Deuteronomy 28:15 on down to 68, verse 68, he's going to place these same curses upon all our enemies and all those who persecuted us. So you got to go way back to the Egyptians where it started at and come on to America, to these Esau devils over here in this captivity. Because you had some in the Greek captivity as well, in the early Roman captivity when Yahweh Shah walked the earth. But remember, we regenerate, we come back. So the Lord is telling us, he's telling us, okay, because he's only speaking to us, that once it's all said and done, I'm going to put these devils in slavery. I'm going to put these Ishmaelites in slavery. I'm going to put these Moabites in slavery. I'm going to put these Ammonites in slavery. I'm going to put all these Hamites in slavery. Okay? All you fake Jews, these Amalekites, we're going to put them in slavery. Okay? Anybody that's not part of the Israelite nationality, every last one of them, all these curses are going to be placed upon them. We're going to beat your back in. Okay? If you don't want to do. If you don't want to come along and you don't want to mow our field, you don't want to pull our grapes up, you don't want to plant our gardens the proper way, the way we told you to do it, we're going to beat your back in. Okay? Some of you real wicked devils out there, he's going to give y'all to us, the hopeful elect. Okay? This ain't no real smile. This is a smirk. Okay? He going to give y'all us because, see, we going to give y'all the worst punishment. Okay? We ain't even going to play with y'all. Y'all didn't play with us while we was on this side. Okay? Y'all didn't play with us. Y'all didn't play with us way back in the day. Y'all sent people out to kill us in every captivity. You know what happened when Moses was coming along with the Egyptians? Couldn't find Moses. So what you gonna do? You gonna not find Moses. Moses was here, but the point I'm trying to say is you Hamites, You started killing off all the Hebrew babies too and under. And that's the same thing y'all been doing throughout all the captivity. What y'all did in the Greek captivity, the Hellenistic period. What y'all did to us. Y'all even told us that we couldn't even call ourselves Jews or Israelites, or you would murder us, you would slaughter us, you would torture us. How many of our brothers, how many of us got martyred for that? How many of us got martyred for that? But those that got martyred, we back. Now you got to go, now you go into the Roman captivity, the first one with Yahushua in. Look what happened with Yahushua. The Lord had to have him flee. And what this devil started doing, killing all the Israelite babies again. Okay? Now what y'all did once we were starting to get kicked out of our land. Okay? The scriptures tell us, woe unto us when that was started to happen. Y'all was killing us as we was trying to flee. And come to the western part of Africa. Okay? To get away. When y'all started trotting down Jerusalem. See, all these acts y'all did. And let's not speak on this Atlantic slave trade. Let me tell you something. We don't give a damn about your so-called Holocaust, man. We don't give a damn about that. Okay? You shouldn't have been doing, let me tell you something. We don't give a damn about that. The Lord don't give a damn about you. Okay? You stole our identity, so don't bring up that thing to us. How many of y'all killed us? Ain't y'all funded that? We speaking of you so-called small hatters. Ain't y'all funded the Atlantic slave trade? For your cousins and your brothers to come remove us? Okay? I mean, look what y'all did before we got on them boats. Then when we got on them boats, look how many y'all threw over the water. Look how y'all stacked us like sardines. Like we ain't shit. Right? You beat the name Yahushua out of us. Made us start calling your God Jesus. Look how many hangers y'all done to us down here in the South. Okay? Look how many brothers got hung on trees. Y'all sucked the dog and fed our babies to the alligators. We're not going to forget these things, man. The Lord told us never forget what had happened to us. If you want us to forget, we're not going to forget. And the Lord not going to forget. How we know he's not going to forget? Watch this. Let's read it again. Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7. And the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, thy power, will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. That's how we know. The Lord specifically said way back in Deuteronomy, and Deuteronomy is the 5th book of his book. It's like a 5th chapter of his book. Okay? That he wrote. Okay? The men of the Lord, of course, through the Spirit wrote, but it's all through the Spirit of Yahushua and Yahweh. Okay? So the 5th book of our book, he told us. He already told us what's going to happen to us if we don't do right. So it's a balanced judgment. When he come get us and he circumcise us, he's coming after y'all. He's going to do y'all now. Y'all going to be put in captivity. Y'all, all these curses going to be put upon you all. What you going to say then? Okay? You have a rude awakening that's coming, Esau. So go ahead and do your thing. Your time's short anyway. We rushing you. We really rushing, but we all know that it's on Yahweh's time, though. Okay? We know that. But we pray earnestly every day. Okay? Every day, almost every minute of the day, that the Lord speed this thing on up. Because see, we tired. We tired. Okay? We tired of all this wickedness. We tired of all this folly. That's why we not afraid. Okay? We not afraid to move to this next chapter. Okay? Because we know the author. We know the author. All right? Let's go to matter of fact, let's go to Matthew. Let's go to Matthew. Matthew 23. Matthew 23, and let's start at Salakia, Salakia. Let's go to Matthew. Good morning, brother.
How you doing, sir?
We good. Where you fit at on that sign, huh?
Huh?
Where you fit at on that sign?
I didn't read it out. My eyesight ain't that good.
Your eyesight ain't that good? Okay, well, let me go ahead and tell you. From where you at, you from the tribe of Judah. You a Hebrew Israelite.
Okay, I know that.
Okay, you know that, right? But you know if the Lord said if you know that, he's going to hold you accountable for more. Because you know that, right? And you know you're supposed to be teaching this thing, right? To our brothers out here, right?
Yeah.
You know that, right?
I know that for a fact.
Oh, you know it for a fact. Now listen, I can't actually judge you and do none of those things. All I'm telling you, just come on back to the truth. Okay?
I hear you.
And the Lord gonna take care of you, because listen, this thing is about to go down.
I believe that. Everything they say gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. That's right. All right, take care, brother. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Salakia, y'all. Here we go. Let's go to Matthew 23, and let's start at verse 34. Wherefore, behold, I send unto you prophets and wise men and scribes, and some of them ye shall kill and crucify, and some of them shall ye scourge in your synagogues, and persecute them from city to city. Okay? Now, these things are about to come upon us. Okay? The persecution. And even our own people is going to send us, going to give us up. All right? But in the scriptures, it's telling us why fear him that can kill the body, right? But rather fear him that can kill the body and the soul. Okay? So Esau has his agenda, and Esau has his wants dealing towards us that he wants to do. Okay? But us knowing that the next chapter has to come. Okay? So the prophecies be fulfilled, right? That he's telling us that when these persecution arises, because it's going to happen, don't be afraid of the things that's going to come. Don't be afraid of things that's going to happen to you. They're going to kick in your door, some of them. Okay? We already spoke to this many and many times. Some of us are going to be martyrs. Some of us are going to be placed in these FEMA camps. Okay? But we have to go through these things in order for the next chapter and the next chapter to be fulfilled in this last captivity, this last war. So brothers and sisters, it's mainly the brothers out here that's part of this hope for the elect. The time is coming. And by you being in the scriptures, the way you be in the scriptures, the way you study, the way you come out here and teach, the way you do these things that the Lord told us to do as men of the Lord, okay? That we shouldn't be afraid of what's about to happen and what's about to come upon this earth. We should not be afraid, okay? Because the only thing they can do is mess our bodies up. They can't touch our spirit. Our spirit belongs to the Lord, okay? On the right side. And he's going to deliver us when that time is right. You see? Let's go to Revelations. Let's go to Revelations 22. And I'll close out on this right here. Revelations 22. Let's go to verse 14. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they might have right to the tree of life, and may enter through the gates into the city. Okay? Blessed are they that do his commandments. Okay? Who are they? He already knows, because he already has the hand picked. He's speaking of us hopeful elect. He's speaking of us men of the Lord, the 1/3 of the Israelites that's going to be beamed up in these chariots. Blessed are us that took heed to these commandments, okay? And was doing them while we were doing the best of our ability while here on earth and practicing the righteous acts, okay? He's speaking to us. Let's read that part again. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life and may enter through the gates into the city. So when the chariots come down and he deliver us, he saves us. We speaking of the hope for the elect again now. Okay, we're going to whatever tunnel he had to have us go through. When we in the spirit world, and before he brings the new Jerusalem down on earth, we're going to walk through those gates. We're going to see those gates. We're going to see that. Okay, we're going to be partakers of the tree of life. We're going to be the first ones that do that. Okay, and then the other Israelites who's cast away that's going to come to us going to be part of that. But right now, he's speaking of the hope for the elect. Okay, because we're the only ones that are going to be doing his law, statutes, and commandments while here on earth at this time. We're the ones that's out here teaching our people. Okay, we're the ones out here risking our lives because we already know what Esau wants to do. You see? Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life and may enter through the gates into the city. Okay, blessed are us. Blessed are we. Okay, we know the struggle. We know the persecution. We know the rejection. Okay, well, guess what? The Lord built us up now. He gave us all this time. So when that time comes, we girded. We ready. We are soldiers to Yahweh Shai. And any soldier that's part of Yahweh Shai should not be entangled. If we at war, should not be entangled with any parts of this world. We should be debunking it. We should be rebuking it. Okay? The hell with America. Okay? America's going to fall. Okay? America's going to be destroyed. And we can't wait. We can't wait till the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai do what he do. You see? We're not afraid to move to the next chapter. And why we not afraid to move to the next chapter? Because we know the author of the book. I want to give all glory and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh, and double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well, who taught us the 100% truth. And shalom. Okay? So the next time.